I hope you don't forget about me again. I said as I struggled for the words. Words used to be something that came automatically, but now they are the needle that has sewn my mouth shut. I can't speak. I won't speak. Why should I? You don't understand me anyway. But every day, I come to school hoping I can learn something, hoping that I can show you that I am smart. My brain is thirsty for the information, dehydrated from the translation, and I just want to understand. I just want to be able to ask for a pencil or tell you I need to use the bathroom or ask for your help when that boy starts picking on me again. But most days, you tell me to just sit in the back and play on the computer. You tell me it's okay, it's not important, don't worry about it. But I worry about it. It is important to me, this American dream that only gives me nightmares. I told my daddy, I just want to go back to Mexico. I just want to go back to talking with my friends and making A's on all my tests, go back to playing tag on the playground and singing my favorite songs in chorus. But he said, I can't go back. Because he said he wants me to learn English so that I can have a better chance at life than he did. But right now, English is the reason I have no chance at my life. English is the reason I come home crying every day, the reason I have nothing left to say. So when Daddy asked me, what did you learn today? I tell him nothing, because you forgot about me again today. Unfortunately, this is a true story from one of my students. She came here from Mexico hoping for a better life, a better chance to make it for her family, only to be discouraged every day because she felt like her teachers didn't know what to do with her. She was either placed in the back of the classroom on a computer or given work that was way too hard for her, and she felt defeated. Now, please understand, I am in no way saying that her teachers didn't care about her or didn't want to help her. As a matter of fact, it was the complete opposite of that. They so bad wanted to help her, but they just didn't know how. Working with English language learners to modify classwork and assessments is not really something that we learn in our undergrad program. And how to handle a student who I can't even communicate with, it's not really a skill that we master in our master's program. And what are WIDA standards? I already have 500 other standards you want me to teach, and now you want me to add more? I already have to write hundreds of lesson plans each week, and now you want me to create separate lesson plans for this student who can't even understand my oral directions? I know. I get it. I understand your frustration. You see, I was once there, a classroom teacher with new students coming in that I felt I couldn't teach. But now, being on the other side and able to hear the stories and the hearts of these students, I really have grown a strong compassion for them. And my goal here is to help grow yours as well. You see, many of these students are coming to us from unsafe and unhealthy circumstances. And a lot of times they come here with little to no formal education. And then they are brought here, dropped right in the middle of Americanized education, dropped right in the middle of a classroom that is already a well-oiled machine up and running. Imagine the terror. But you have the opportunity to make maybe the biggest difference in your entire teaching career. You have the opportunity to be the comfort and the refuge for these students in their world of chaos. The chance to turn a tear into a smile with just a hug. Because at first, it's not about can they read this textbook or how fast can they recite their times tables. It's about showing them that they are loved and valued and that we are so happy to have them in our class. Be the refuge. You see, what it's going to take is for us educators to band together. We must create a cohort for achievement with the newcomers, or a C.A.N of educators, not just individual teachers trying to figure things out on their own. CMS has hundreds of well-qualified veteran teachers that have experience working with these English language learners. This C.A.N of educators have tools in their toolbox that have been tried and proven successful. For example, tools that will help you learn how to build relationships with these students. Learn a couple phrases in their language. I guarantee that they will enjoy watching you struggle with the pronunciation just as they struggle with ours. Or have a lunch bunch in your classroom. Invite other students from the class to come in and play some of their cultural music. The other students will get excited about their culture, and it will show that you value it as well. Or tools to help you learn how to just start simple. Start by teaching them classroom vocabulary words like pencil, desk, or book. Teach them short conversational phrases to help them navigate through their day like, can I use the bathroom? I need help. Or how are you? Or even teach them simple verb usage like I like, I want, or I feel. But also, allow them a chance to just be silent and not speak at all. Let them show their learning by pointing or drawing. Because this is not about recreating the wheel and creating all new lesson plans. This is about taking what you're already doing and tweaking it just a little bit into smaller amounts, things that they can actually do, that they can do. And the WIDA standards, you see, WIDA is just a company that has created standards and assessments that are only meant to help our English language learners to acquire the English language. They have created these things called can-do descriptors. These descriptors describe what each student can do at each level of language. You can even take grades on these activities so they can go back to making A's on their tests. Think of this as a tool and not a task. But how would you know this if it wasn't for that support system there to guide you through it? If it wasn't for this C.A.N of educators that can be your backbone when you need it the most? And if you out there, if you are that C.A.N of educators, please, I beg you, go out and seek who you can help. Keep your eyes open in the hallways of your schools. If you see new students walking with classes, reach out to the teacher and say, hey, how's it going? Keep your ears open when you're in the teacher workrooms or in staff developments, or even professional developments outside of the building. If you hear groups of teachers talking about how overwhelmed they are and frustrated, reach a helping hand. Give them some advice, or even exchange emails with them. Tell them if you have a question, you can reach out to me. Be the refuge for these teachers so that they can in turn be the refuge for their students. Because as we've seen, the immigrant population here at CMS has grown by leaps and bounds just in the past year alone. And I see it continuing. Not only that, but the new ESSA requirements state that all students are required to take all state standardized tests, even if they got here yesterday. I don't actually agree with that, but that's clearly way above my pay grade and a whole other soapbox, so I digress. But most days, the 7 or so hours that these students are in our class may be their only chance to even hear the English language, which also means that you may be their only opportunity to becoming a successful adult in America. And they want to be successful. They want to be able to provide for their families. So we can never tell them again, it's okay, it's not important, don't worry about it. We must show them that it is just as important to us as it is to them. So with this knowledge in mind, let's begin to plan ahead. Let's become intrinsically motivated when these students do step into our classrooms for the first time. Let's become intrinsically motivated to build these cans of educators in each building and across highways so that we can show these children and their families that they are valued and that we can be their refuge, so that we will never have to hear again, I hope you don't forget about me again.